Hello, everybody, and welcome to another installment of the BMB Game of the Week. We've got the Mepham Pirates and the Calhoun Colts in a boys lacrosse clash of BMC HSD rivals. I'm Matt Matto, alongside Finnegan Corkindule, and we thank you for joining us for this very special broadcast on the day of our Smash Burger fundraiser. Finn, how are you doing today?
I'm doing wonderful, and I can't wait to go to Smash Burger for some dinner tonight.
It's been not only a minute, and we're already self-promoting, but we have a game, we have business to take care of before we can go eat Smash Burger. So Finn, we got the Mepham Pirates who are 1-1 in their conference versus the winless Calhoun Colts, or at least in their division. Both teams have one win going for their second, but both were non-league games. Now these teams took very different paths to their first win. Calhoun started off hot, got their first win early off in the season, then decided to play some really high-tier teams. They played the top seed in county class single A, double A, triple A, and then obviously those teams are very good. Failed to pick up a win in any of those games. Mepham, on the other hand, had a very slow start to the season, going winless in their first three games, and then last week you saw it live on BMB, got their first win of the season against Kennedy in a great game that we had live.
Yeah, and it was a great game, Mano, but again, we have to know that Calhoun is, winless in Conference B, but they have three D1 athletes who've been, really trying to get in there and, trying to get some goals today. So I think for them, it's a big game to win. But again,
it's a huge game. It's a winnable game for Calhoun as well. Let's talk about those D1 athletes. First of all, you have to talk about Peter Tolman. He's their best shot creator. He does everything as a long stick midfielder. Peter Tolman is a D1 commit to the University of North Carolina at Chapel Hill. You also have Alexander Vianney, who is committed to Fairfield, and you also have guys going to Taos, and you also have a D2 recruit. So you have 4 college recruits on Calhoun. Meanwhile, Mepham, not a lot of guys going for lacrosse. The only guy getting really college recruitment for lacrosse specifically is Gianmarco Priola, the St. Anthony's transfer, who is getting D2 attention from the University of Tampa. Has not committed yet, but he's gotten attention from Tampa and a bunch of other schools, and is looking at his options as a junior.
Yeah, and Gianmarco Priola is a really good player. He plays
talented
defense, midfield. He used to also play soccer, but he's been actually playing pretty much defense for almost any sport he goes in. So he's a really tall guy.
6'2", if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah.
He's a very tall guy. Makes me feel very small when I'm around him in the hallways. Gianmarco Priola and Alexander Vianney, that's going to be a big matchup. Those two in the midfield, as you said, Priola plays a little bit of midfield. Vianney is exclusively a midfield, but he also can move up and play attack from the midfield. And as Priola as a defender, you're going to see number 1 in blue and number 11 in white matched up on each other the entire game. Those two are going to be going at it. And then Peter Tolman will also be getting some minutes on Priola. But Peter Tolman is probably the tipping point for Calhoun, whether or not they win this game. For Mepham, the big key for Mepham and for Calhoun, as they were talking about beforehand, is the face-offs. For Calhoun, it's Ryan Mengi operating the face-offs for them, and for Mepham, it's 8th grader Braden Kehoe, who was our player of the game last week. He went 13 for 15 on face-offs and secured a crucial one late in the game, and that gave Mepham enough time to drain the clock, win the game after Calhoun scored to make it a 1-goal game late. Braden Kehoe is incredible at face-offs. Face-offs is one of those things where you just practice it over and over again. And as an 8th grader, he's gotten those reps in. He's gotten really, really good, and I expect the Kehoe versus Mengi matchup to be one of those tipping points in this game. Now, speaking of the keys to the game, let's talk about that a little more. For Calhoun, not only were they talking about face-offs, they talked about ground balls, and that's something that they really specialize in, getting balls off the ground. Don't let loose balls fly away out of bounds off of you, and then it ends up in a turnover, and that's something they've been emphasizing as a team.
Yeah, and for sure, and trying to get those mistakes, sometimes kind of right. really try and put it into the game. They're practicing all week for this moment to try and beat Mepham today. It's going to be a really tough game for them. Mepham have a pretty good defense, but Calhoun this season, it's been kind of...
Both teams are defensively oriented, although Calhoun seems to have a little more firepower on offense, in my opinion. Now, Calhoun... Now I was talking to their coach before the game, and he was and something he emphasized to me was not only was to play as a team, but play their brand of lacrosse, play Calhoun lacrosse. When I asked him to emphasize, he didn't give me an answer. He didn't give me a true answer to that, and that's something that Calhoun loves to do. They typically don't give a lot of their strategy away, but they're very fundamental. They're a very fundamental-oriented team, as is the case with a lot of these Bellmore-Merrick teams, whether it be Mepham, whether it be Kennedy, whether it's Calhoun. That's a very common coaching method of all these three schools, is just preach the fundamentals and let your athletes shine.
Yeah, and also something to add in there, 2 district rivals in a row, but really, Mepham versus Calhoun is the big district rival.
That is.
These high schools are so close to each other. And man, every time, any sport, we see, regardless if it's football, soccer, anything, it's going to be a good match.
District rivals always give themselves a great battle. And Mepham and Calhoun, in my opinion, is a bigger rivalry than Mepham or Kennedy and Calhoun, because Mepham and Calhoun are always, and I mean always, in the same conference. I think, if I'm not mistaken, that lacrosse is the only sport where Mepham and Kennedy, or Calhoun and Kennedy for that matter, share a conference. Meanwhile, for every other sport, for basketball, for baseball, football, track and field, all of these sports, Mepham and Calhoun share a conference.
Yeah, and exactly what you just said there, Mano. Really, both of these schools, they're so close of how good they are at sports.
They are both very talented schools here in Nassau County, both always in contention for championships. You see them in the first Bellmore-Merrick Cup. As you as a soccer player, that was one of the things that these schools started this year was the Bellmore-Merrick Cup, where Mepham and Calhoun played a game, and the winner would get a piece of hardware. And if I'm not mistaken, Mepham ended up winning that game.
Yeah,
right,
they did. But look, it's a different change of sports. Not so different. Let's not get that out of there. A lot of running in this sport too, and constant passing.
It's constant action. We really do need to get back to the action for Mepham. I expect to see them coming out fast, and I think we're going to see a lot of Gianmarco Priola and Anthony Migliaccio leading their offense. I think Gianmarco Priola is really going to be the quarterback of that offense. Is really going to be a leader of that offense, even though they have the football team starting quarterback in their starting lineup in Nick Honerkamp. I think Priola is going to look to push the ball up the field, take advantages from great passes from Kevin Perry in the back line, take advantage from those passes, try and find Migliaccio, who loves to wiggle around, find space, find wraparound goals, and I think that's going to be the first goal we see is a Migliaccio wraparound goal. As for Calhoun, it's just going to be Peter Tolman all day, every day. You're going to see number 7 in blue all around the field, flying from the midfield to the defense to anywhere he could possibly get into space, because not only is he their best player, he's their best shooter as well. So let's talk predictions, Finn. Let's score predictions from you, Finn, because, well, I'm not exactly the best at predictions, so we're going to trust your opinion over mine.
Look, I do think Mepham's going to get the win today.
Really?
And I know it's kind of a shock, but yeah, and something just to add in there, with the starting 5, it's definitely newer than last season. I mean, we talk about Nick Honerkamp, Anthony Migliaccio,
both new to the
and
sport.
Priola. All 3 of them new.
Either new to the sport.
3 St. Anthony.
Either new to the sport or new to the Mepham lineup.
Yeah.
Because Priola just transferred this year, in the middle of the year, transferred away from St. Anthony's, came back home to Mepham High School. If you're asking me who's winning this game, I'm thinking, it's a tough one. I think I'm going to have to pick against Mepham. I have Calhoun in a rather defensive-oriented game. I have them winning 6-4.
Yeah, I have it a little bit less scoring. I would say 5-3.
5-3.
Mepham.
Mep in favor of the Pirates, and we're just about to get underway. It's very close to game time. Any final thoughts, Finn?
Look, for both of these teams, really try and be aggressive. I mean, we're already in an aggressive sport of lacrosse. It's a constant game. Try and pay attention. It's a quick game. I mean, look, I do see Mepham seeking this out, but look, Calhoun's a really good team. And again, those 3 D1 commits, they're really going to come out here and show their skills.
They're D1 for a reason. They're D1 for a reason. As for Mepham, we're getting close to stick check. So that means we're gonna get action within the next, I would say, 5 to 10 minutes. I think Mepham's gonna really come out here firing. I think Calhoun's gonna come out firing. I think it's gonna be a lot of very physical. I think we could have a multitude of people in the penalty box at one time, but it's going to be a lot of guys driving hard, trying to get to the cage as quickly as they can. We could easily see a defensive showing, or we could see both teams scoring in upwards of 20 goals combined between the two. I think it's just about time that we get ready to send it down to the two guys who are going to be bringing you this game throughout the entire game. We're going to send it down to our resident sportscasters, Tyler Steinberg and former lacrosse player Connor Ward. Let's see what they've got for this game.
Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to your BMB Game of the Week. I'm Tyler Steinberg alongside Connor Ward, and we're in for a really great game today here as we have the 1-3 Mepham Pirates going against the 1-4 Calhoun Colts.
Yeah, we do, Tyler. I mean, today should be a fantastic game, but records can be deceiving. I mean, both teams have a ton of talent, and it's a beautiful day out today, and I'm just excited to be able to witness this.
Yeah, I mean, again, both teams not at great records. Mepham again at 1-3, and then Calhoun at 1-4. But frankly, I mean, both these teams have had very, very hard schedules to start, and neither teams have really had much league games here. As both Mepham is 1-1 in conference, and then Calhoun is 0-2. So, both teams haven't really had that those games that really matter yet. So once those games come in, that's when records will really start to shine a little bit more and start to be a little more important.
Yeah, I mean, I think today, both, as I said before, both these teams are so talented, and they're both very respectable, especially the head coach's past and all that good stuff. But anyway, Tyler, if you had to say this game was going to go one way, which way would you expect it to go?
I mean, both teams really talented, and it's definitely very hard to shy away from the 3 D1 commits and the D2 commit that these Calhoun Colts have. And as much as both teams, again, not having the start that they wanted the season, right away I would say Calhoun probably coming into this game is a little bit favored just because of the pure talent. But in the end of the day, the team that is able to play most like a team and just make good passes, don't make stupid mistakes, I think will be able to come out with the win.
Yeah, I mean, it's a home game for Mepham, and it's a crosstown rivalry. So these crosstown rivalries are usually always close, no matter what the skill level is. It always comes down right into the end. So we're definitely going to have to see here. It should be very, very interesting down the stretch of the line here. It should be exciting.
Yeah, so, I mean, Mepham coming off a 9-8 loss to Jericho in second overtime. I mean, that's obviously a heartbreaker, and that also was such a big game considering that was one of the most challenging kind of opponents that this Mepham Pirates team was going to face in conference. So that was a game that they needed to win. And then the Calhoun Colts coming in, losing 16-3 against Farmingdale. And obviously that score doesn't look great, but when you put it into context, Farmingdale's the #1 seed in County Class A. So, again, they have a really impressive program over there. But these two teams right now are going to be hungry. Again, not having the start that they've necessarily wanted, so I'd expect both teams to come out the gate firing.
Yeah, both teams need to bounce back from their losses. I mean, Mepham with the heartbreaker, 30 seconds left in the game with a late goal. That's just heartbreaking and demoralizing for any team. So they definitely need to bounce back here, and I think they will. I think they'll definitely make it close. And then Calhoun lost 16-3, and in a not very close game against Farmingdale. But as you said, that's a really, really, really tough opponent. So we're gonna have to see about what is happening as these teams are now picking sides.
Yeah. So I mean, again, Calhoun Colts, a lot of talent. Ton of talent. They got 3 D1 commits. It's very impressive. So the Pirates are really going to have to clamp down on defense and be able to stop some of these superstars that this Calhoun Colts team has. And if they're not able to shut them down, this game might get out of hand very fast.
Yeah, and I think they will. I mean, they got a very strong defense. I mean, I'd say that's the strong point of the team. They got Priola, Perry, they got Mitch Savali, all three really, really, really good players.
So get ready for the opening face-off. Taking it for Mepham Pirates. It's Brendan Kehoe. For Calhoun, Jonathan Lewis. Face-off is off. We have a little bit of tie-out. Calhoun's going to win it. So last time we were here, watching Mepham, Kehoe had an impressive game in the face-off circle. Starts off 0 for 1. So Calhoun now has the ball. First possession of the game. Passing it around. Making a quick move, passing it to Peter Thurman. The Pirates now have finally been able to get that ball back. So Calhoun, some good ball movement early, nothing crazy, but a decent start to this game here as the Pirates are going to now try to make their first charge.
Yeah, it was a good face-off win against a face-off specialist as good as he is. Brendan Kehoe.
So Calhoun here is going to pick it up. He's going to be running with it. Alexander Vieni, excuse me. Calhoun now. Going to take their time, making some substitutions, letting the play set up. Mepham with some good communication, talking to each defender, making sure there's no open gaps. To the side of that now. Shot's going to be in, scores! Not a great angle there whatsoever, but an amazing shot there by number 36 for Calhoun, and all of a sudden that just changes a lot. Exactly the start that Calhoun needed.
Yeah, I believe that was number 30.
Was it 30? I mean,
yeah, I believe that was 30.
So either way, though, not a great angle at all, and just kind of found the way to the side of the net. So just like that, Calhoun all of a sudden is up 1-0. Take a look at the replay here. So again, not much at all there for Calhoun to shoot at, as Lemus wasn't able to get a stick on it, and just like that, 1-0 Calhoun.
Yeah, the defense didn't do a great job sliding over to pick up the free attacker, and they paid for it. And that's a face-off win for Mepham.
So Kehoe's going to come off, coming in. It's Hunter Camp. Hunter Camp having an amazing game himself. Last game that they played against Jericho, him coming in with a 4-goal game. So despite the loss, a very impressive game there for Hunter Camp. So Mepham now has the ball at the 40-yard line. Trying to find some way in. Chasing him along the out-of-bounds line. Calhoun's now going to recover. A deep pass upfield now. Calhoun's running with some speed. Calhoun trying to find an opportunity. Quick spin move. Going to be recovered again by Calhoun. A little sloppy play, though.
Yeah, he lost his stick. That's what we call a yard sale right there.
So we're going to get some substitutions for Calhoun. So far, though, as we've seen, I mean, this Pirates team has not had too much going. Calhoun with the opening goal, and then on top of it, them just playing with a lot of speed right now. Mepham's got to kind of pick up the pace a little bit, start moving their feet a little faster if they want to have a little bit better of a start. So Calhoun now sends it to the side of the net. Lemus is not going to be able to find the ball, but he's going to be able to recover it. So hit off his stick, kind of lost sight of that ball, was able to clean it up.
Yeah, Mepham almost looking overly aggressive on defense here, trying to rush Calhoun.
So there you go. Hunter Camp was hurt. So he took two little whacks there. One looked like kind of to the back, and the other one looks to be maybe his hand or his arm. Either way, though, that's going to leave him mark, I think it's safe to say.
Yeah, I mean, that needs to – I don't know. I feel like that was maybe a little bit of a legal play as we see number 7, Peter Tommen, highest
yeah, I mean, he's one of those guys at a D1. He very much could just be the best lacrosse player in all of Long Island, frankly, as he's committed to North Carolina as a junior. I mean, that's unbelievable. He's basically a third coach out there in a sense. He's one of those guys that is always able to make plays. He's a consistent goal scorer, and even as a defense, he's one of their top defensive players.
Yeah, obviously, as we see, Peter Tommen, he's definitely one of the better players on Long Island, and he's a great defenseman, so he's definitely a big part of this team. He's like, as you said, another coach. As we see the replay right here, I mean, just whacked, hit from behind. I almost feel like that was a missed call. I mean, he got whacked in the back of the head.
Yeah, definitely a little physical. It looked like he took something sort of in the back head area and then kind of got again cross-checked. Looked to be around that wrist-hand area. Couldn't get the perfect view on it. But either way, that's definitely going to leave a mark. And if Hunter Camp's not able to, whether he comes back in the game or not, if he's not able to play at full speed, that's a huge loss. Again, as we said, 4 goals coming into this game just from last game against Jericho. So that's a huge player on offense that the Pirates have just lost.
Yeah, but coming in to replace him is Dylan Dunn. Oh, never mind. Dylan Dunn's going off the field.
Yeah, so, I mean, Dylan Dunn, again, brings great speed, but now Carter Chiarello's in. So Calhoun now is going to have the ball, the 35-yard line. Playing a little back and forth. Calhoun trying to find a way in. Pirates doing a good job sliding. Shot's going to be a little bit wobbly off the floor and over the net.
Yeah, it's a good job by Mepham. Absolutely just shutting down the Calhoun offense a little bit there. They were able to get a shot off, but it was pretty far away.
Yeah, I mean, again, sliding was not great in this first, roughly few minutes of the game, and now all of a sudden they're starting to pick it up, but Pirates need to get a little bit more offense. They got to start putting a little bit more pressure and making these clean plays.
Yeah, but that's the same thing. I don't know if you remember, as we said when they were playing Kennedy, they came out, they were down 2-0, and their sliding wasn't great. They fixed it up, and they were able to, they were able to win the game 8-7.
I mean, again, this is against Jericho. In the first half, they had whopping 0 goals, and then coming into the third quarter, they put up 4, and then in the fourth, they put up 4 here. That shot's going to be wide to the right. But, they're a team that they normally have a slow start, and then they're able to pick it up. So this Pirates team has to be able to contain as we have an ISO here.
Yeah, they're a second-half team.
So, Gianna Marco, again, an amazing player, has made a huge impact for this Pirates team throughout the season. As now Calhoun's going to have the ball. It's going to be a good way to get a stick on the ball in the air, but Calhoun's going to still have it.
Yeah, Mepham's okay with just letting them pass it around and do the fancy stick moves on the 30-yard line. They're okay with that. They're looking to get a fast break and try to get some offense going.
Yeah, I mean, again, with how much talent this Calhoun Colts team has here, that shot's going to be wide. They have so much talent, as we've said, but, Mepham just got to do a good job of shutting it down because their opportunities will come, and they have to make sure that when they do come, they're able to execute it. So Calhoun here is going to have the ball. Vianney. He's got 2 men on him. He's going to throw to the front of the net, though. Calhoun's going to shoot. Good save there. Calhoun still has the ball, though. The shot is going to be wide there, but AJ.
Calhoun having tons of shots and not really being able to trouble the goalie so far.
So here
as you see, junior Kevin Perry, he's a big player for them. He's like a third-year varsity player, I believe, as Calhoun goes up 2-0 over the Pirates.
Yeah, Jonathan Lewis there with the goal. Another guy that's D1, super talented. As you said, 3 D1 talents. And yes, I said that right, 3 D1 talents here for this Calhoun team. Him committing to Fairfield. So he's one of their guys that he's an amazing face-off guy, but they're being able to contribute a little bit more offensively with the amazing shot as we take a look at the replay. Just right over the stick there. And just like that, again, this Calhoun team up 2-0 is Jonathan Lewis, the senior. But, an amazing shot there, able to find himself alone in the front of the net and was able to capitalize. So Lewis coming in. Going to make the quick pass, and they're going to score again. Vianney there with the goal. So a nice little pass, and then Vianney with just the perfect shot, top shelf.
Yeah, I don't know about you, Tyler. This is going to be a pretty rough game for Mepham.
Yeah, I mean,
as we see Alexander Vianney, number 1 for Calhoun. He's
very talented player, as we saw with that amazing shot, and he's basically one of the guys that are kind of the leaders of this team, especially on that offensive side, committed to Townsend. So he's a guy with a high IQ, and basically, clearly, he's got an amazing shot. We could say all the words about his shot, but that was just perfect, top corner, and really the Pirates now are just kind of shooting themselves in the own foot, as they say.
Yeah, they're not able to win face-offs, and when you can't win 16 face-offs in one game, this is what tends to happen.
So Calhoun playing with all sides of momentum. So a big play there for Mepham, just finally able to get that ball back, and they got to start to make something happen. I mean, really, this game has been all Calhoun. Mepham not having really any time on offense whatsoever, so they got to start to make a play with a little bit more speed upfield.
Yeah, they got to get upfield and in a hurry.
So Mepham's starting to make some plays. Driving to the net. He's not going to shoot the puck. He's going to bring it behind there. Migliaccio passes it. Now to Heller. Heller, a guy that was a big impact against Kennedy, chipping in with 2 goals of his own. So now the Pirates. Migliaccio is going to lose it, and it's going to go Calhoun's way. So just mental errors here from this Pirates team, not being able to pass the ball. And that's one of the key pieces, basically, to win a lacrosse game. And just about everything that could go wrong for the Pirates has went wrong.
Yeah, I mean, this Calhoun defense is just so aggressive, and they're playing man, and no one can get free. I mean, you got to try to run around and make a move, as we could have a fast break here, which would go do wonders for the Pirates.
So now, Pirates starting to push up a little bit. Crosses halfway. Heller's going to be able to recover it, but he's going to turn it over. We have a loose ball. The Pirates now going to have it. Making a quick pass, and they're going to score. So an amazing job there. Kind of found that loose ball. Gabe Terra making the nice pass there.
Yeah, Mepham getting right back into it. That's exactly what they needed. They need to answer quickly, and they did a great job on a fast break. I believe Heller was able to find a pass to Migliaccio, and he just put it bottom left. He's never going to miss those.
Yeah, I mean, again, that was a perfect job for the Pirates. Just kind of, they're playing a little bit more physical, a little bit more aggressive. And as we take a look here at the replay, so again, I mean, there was a loose ball, good pickup by the Pirates, and then just like that, a goal there for Migliaccio.
Yeah, I mean, that's one of the things with playing man. If you lose somebody, then you're going to have a 2-on-1, and the goalie's not able to make a save.
Yeah, so Migliaccio, the senior, who, again, shows off his offensive talent there with a solid shot to bring the Pirates within 2.
Yeah, I don't think Mepham has won a face-off yet, and there's been, I think, 5 of them. And I think they've won 1, actually, on, like, a penalty or something like that.
Yeah, I mean, it's not easy going against this Calhoun team, again, with so much talent. So it's going to be definitely a test for the 8th grader, Braden Kehoe.
I mean, all things considered, I mean, they're only down by 2 goals. So I don't think they're doing a terrible, terrible job.
So Calhoun now passing it behind the net. Vianney trying to find somebody's going to turn it over here. So running it up now is the Pirates. Pirates playing with a little bit of speed. Shot's going to be out. It's going to be a good save there. It's going to be a loose ball. He's going to have an empty net. He's not going to be able to get the shot off, and Heller misses it. Owen Heller with an amazing opportunity. Kind of a loose ball there, and not even able to capitalize here. But Smashburger, again, I mean, if we weren't tired of it last time, this is the perfect opportunity. Today, 11 a.m. to 9 p.m. It's going on right now, as we say. Got to go. I mean, amazing food there. Me personally, I'll be there for a little bit, getting a nice burger and probably a shake too. You know, but definitely be there. Make sure to say that you're there to support BMB. Is that's really how we kind of, you know, show our affection towards us. So.
Yeah, I can't talk about Smashburger right now after the Owen Heller miss. That made me upset. You need to score that goal.
Yeah, I mean, again, that was wide open. Had the whole thing to look at, and the net clearly just wasn't big enough. So here now, Calhoun with the ball. Doing a good job passing around, just taking their time. As there's no need to be in a rush. Unless you're going to Smashburger. So the Calhoun pass it to the slot, and they score. They get the goal right back. So the small miscue there by Owen Heller with the empty net is going to lead to a goal for the Calhoun Colts. Is just an amazing passing play there. As I believe that was Harley Finkelstein with the goal. Just kind of found a man wide open in the slot, and there was no one there. He was completely untouched and just able to bury the shot.
I mean, if Heller would, as we see on the replay here, we see the goal from number 3 of Calhoun. I mean, if Heller was able to find the net, it's a completely different game. It's 3-2, and then it's a completely different ball game. Then Mepham would have all the momentum, but right now it could not be going worse.
Yeah, I mean, Harley Finkelstein had just an amazing shot there, bottom right. So a good job there to get that shot in, and now all of a sudden a small miscue leads to a 4-1 game. So Vianney passes it back.
Tyler, I have to say, I don't think that was a very small miscue, that miss.
You got a point there.
That was a pretty big miscue.
So we'll see if that has anything to do with the score later on in the game, if that might as well play a bigger role than really any of us could think here. Is Calhoun passing it back and forth.
Yeah, Mepham has to get the ball and score fast.
A very interesting play there is that if that went in, that might as well just be one of the best goals I think I've ever seen. Is Jaden Finkelstein just kind of threw that behind his helmet off the ground, and that almost went, but went a little high. So the Pirates finally have possession again here, running it up. But he's going to lose the ball. Calhoun's going to recover again. So Calhoun with nonstop pressure right now. Peter's going to shoot, and he's going to score. So the D1 commit able to score, and now all of a sudden we have a 5-1 game, and we are just in the first quarter. So the Pirates got to do a better job if they're going to be able to do anything. Again, Peter Tomlin, the junior, so much talent, D1, and as we said, I mean, he's such a great leader on this team, and as much as it's great to have a player off the field that's very well coached and so much talent, he's an amazing player on the field as well there.
Yeah, you have to see like the way the Mepham players are acting. Like they're walking around, and the fans aren't too into the game for Mepham. I mean, and you know Calhoun packed the stands especially for an away game. They got a lot of stands. They got a lot of fans. Sorry.
So here the shot's going to be wide, but yeah, I mean this Pirates team kind of right now is not playing with enough energy. They need a little bit more kind of flair in their game, play with a little bit more speed, a little bit more intensity, because this game's not over. I mean, we're still in the first quarter. First quarter ain't over. Got to start to get they need at least one goal before this quarter ends, going into the second quarter, but at least something to be happy about.
I mean, they need to at least get past the halfway mark. Oh, there we go. They did it there.
So finally making a play up is we're going to have whistles.
I think, is that a timeout? Yeah,
timeout. It will be timeout. So there we go. I mean, Calhoun with a dominant start. Could not be really any better there, as the Pirates have a few plays they wish they had back, and just like that, it's 5-1.
Yeah, they're pretty happy. I mean, they don't beat Mepham in a lot of sports, so I feel like historically it's finally going their way. So, I mean, they should be happy. I mean, 1 out of 50, so there you go.
As, again, I mean, so much talent on this Calhoun team. We can't say it enough with the 3D1. So, you know, Pirates have not done a great job sliding necessarily. There's been way too many guys that have just been completely untouched in the slot, and then kind of just leaving players on an island basically and having a free net to shoot at.
Yeah, they're not doing a great job on defense sliding. They definitely need to play better, do better at that. So they just need to come out of this timeout and be better. I mean, if I'm one of the Mepham's coaches, I'm being like, come on, get your head in the game. Like, you guys need to pick up and slide to the player that has the ball, and they need to stop fast breaks. And I mean, I feel like they've scored 4 goals right in front of the net. They need to close that down and stop the passes. But I mean, 5-1, not going very well for Mepham. It's definitely not going very well for Mepham. I mean, out of this timeout, they need to pick up the pace and find the open men and try to create some opportunities for their own team.
So here is now Pirates got to figure out something to just build off of, making some adjustments, as Pirates really have not had too much to look forward to really in this first half. A lot of things there's been a lot more negatives than positives, so they got to look to find a way to just slowly come back in this game here. As the Pirates trying to build something. Heller, freshman standout, is looking to make a pass. Hesitant though. He's going to send it to the side.
I mean, there is just nothing open for Mepham. Like, they're trying to find a pass, and they're being forced out of bounds. Like, they have to try to do a better job of getting open.
So the Mepham really just haven't been passing too much. They're trying to find something, keep kind of spinning back and forth, but there really hasn't been anything. As they're starting to try to find a breakthrough. Going to send it behind the net now to Liam Williams. the sophomore, going to make a pass. And again, back to the top. Heller going to send it to Migliaccio. Migliaccio is going to lose the ball. Big physical play there for Calhoun, as that was an amazing job by number 19, Anthony Cunha.
Yeah, I don't think Mepham has been expecting what Calhoun was going to bring. I mean, they're getting cornered.
Yeah, I mean, it's just amazing checking here by Calhoun, just playing physical, laying a body, and frankly, there hasn't been a single man on Mepham that has been untouched. So Calhoun with the ball. Looking, trying to find some sort of opportunity as he's going to lose the ball. Pirates are going to bring it up the other way now. Pirates with some speed. Chiarello's going to pass it up to Williams. Williams not going to be able to get it. So an amazing opportunity there for Liam Williams. If he's able to get that ball, just loses it.
Yeah, no one had picked him up. I mean, he was free. He just needed to grab that ball, turn around, and stick that thing in the top left. I mean,
yeah, I mean, Mepham has not had many opportunities at all, and obviously, as we said, Owen Heller not being able to hit the empty net, and then now that. So that's two possible goals that very much could help Mepham get back in this game that they missed out on.
Yeah, I mean, it's been a pretty rough game for Mepham so far. Nothing going their way. But, I mean, it's a game of runs, so.
There's a shot. It's going to be saved. Good job there by the goaltender, Nicholas Lemus, the freshman. As now Calhoun's going to pick up the ball, so kind of a lousy pass there. Calhoun got a stick on it, and now all of a sudden they have the ball again. With some pressure. It's a shot, and he's going to score. What a play. There
Seconds
for
left in the
Calhoun.
first quarter. That is something you just don't like to see if you're a Mepham fan.
A.J. Molnari, an amazing job. The junior, again, that was an unbelievable play. Picking that pass up and then being able to just fire that past Lemus. So this first quarter has been all Calhoun.
Yeah, it's been a pretty rough game for Mepham. It's been a rough game for Mepham as they come back out on the field with 4 seconds left. So, I mean, I doubt anything could really go their way here. Calhoun might score again, but.
So Mepham not having this ideal first quarter that they hoped for, and they haven't really been able to play their game at all, as we're going to get this face-off basically unnecessary. As the whistle blows, the end of the first quarter, the Calhoun Colts have a 6-1 lead on the Mepham Pirates, and now we're going to send it up to the studio. Guys, take it away.
Thanks, guys. An eventful first quarter. If you're a fan of the Calhoun Colts, they have been dominating the Mepham Pirates so far with a lead of 6-1. Finn, what have you seen so far?
Well, I've seen a lot of stuff, and one thing is Calhoun came to this game with a winning mentality already, and 6-1 after one half. What to blame? Is it Mepham's defense, or
No.
is it because Calhoun's offense is so good?
They're-
It's going to be tough, but I
Their
think it's
offense
Calhoun's
is
offense.
their offense is very underrated, if you ask me. They have a lot of offensive firepower with Vienny and Peter Tolman. Peter Tolman has been unreal so far, not only as someone who's taking shots, but he's also been creating shots, creating opportunities, and you've also seen him flying around in the midfield as a defender as well. Peter Tolman has been great all around. He saw him with that incredible goal, cutting through defenders and making a great, great play. Peter Tolman is see that goal right there. That is why he's committed D1 for North Carolina. So then you see this goal, 2 seconds left in the game, or not in the game, excuse me, in the quarter, puts Calhoun up 6-1 to end the quarter. So Finn, now we have you back. You mind reiterating what you've seen so far?
Yeah, we've seen a lot of stuff, and it's a big impact from Calhoun Colts' offense. They come in here with a winning mentality, and honestly, look, there could be something to blame on that defense for Mepham, but the counterattack from the Colts, it's unreal.
It is. Their counterattack is great.
Just really good. I don't know. I haven't watched a ton of Calhoun highlights, but I'll tell you something. if that's how they're going to strategize every game, they're a problem.
Yeah, they are a problem, and they've been controlling the time of possession. And we'll see if these trends continue in the second quarter. But for now, we're going to send it back to Tyler Steinberg and Connor Ward, for the second quarter.
Wise words there from Mano and Finn as we get ready for the second quarter. Pirates need to make a lot of changes. Connor, a former lacrosse player, so what do you think are some changes that this Mepham Pirates team needs to do to start to get back in this game?
I don't think we have enough time to tell you the amount of changes that they need to make to win this game. But they need to, start winning face-offs, and just being able to get open is where we could start. And being able to hold the ball and just Calhoun making it look easy as they lose the face-off here.
So, as we've said, multiple times, Pirates have way too many small little errors, whether it's passing has really been a big issue with this Pirates team, and then not being able to capitalize on the opportunities they have, and that's kind of been a huge reason why this Calhoun team is up 6-1.
Also, I feel like the mentality from the Pirates players needs to be better. Like, why aren't they pressing like the Colts are? The Colts are just pressing them as soon as they get the ball. Why aren't they doing that?
Yeah, they're definitely a lot more spaced out from what we saw last time against Kennedy. They're starting to play with a little bit more guys high, but they need to have a little bit more aggression. That shot is going to be wide to the right. But just a little more aggression, a little more physical play from the Pirates is exactly what they need defensively. Is this team starts with their defense. They have such talented defenders, guys like Kevin Perry. So a lot of physical, big, guys that are at least 6'2", and they need those guys to step up and be a big presence.
Yeah, definitely. They need to play better defense, and they don't really have a lot of changes to make, Mepham. Look at the sideline comparison. You can almost see it. Calhoun looks like they have 20 kids on the sideline, and Mepham looks like they have, I can actually count, they have 7. They have 7 players on the sideline.
Yeah, so one team you can count on your fingers, the other one you can't. So that's obviously a huge play, whether it's fatigue and then not having the right guys to be able to play in certain situations that maybe the Colts have that extra guy, that extra man that they could use. So that's definitely something that's going to play a huge factor going into the second half, really.
Yeah, if Mepham's just going to play off, Calhoun's just going to keep passing it around, looking for an open pass. That's exactly what they were doing in the first quarter.
Yeah, no reason to rush here for Calhoun. They have just been pure dominant here in this first quarter, and now in the second quarter having a great start.
But just there, that's exactly what Mepham wants. They want to create big scraps because Calhoun players don't want none of the hitting action. They want to finesse around you and pass the ball. They don't want what Kevin Perry and Priola can bring to the game. And Calhoun's making Mepham play their way.
So Jaden Finkelstein with the shot wide right. But Calhoun will have the ball now. So Calhoun trying to find anything really here. Taking their time as there's no reason to rush again, playing such a dominant game. So back to the top. Finkelstein makes a move. He's going to pass it to the wing, back to the top of the key. Vianney trying to cut to his left. He's going to shoot. He's going to score. So a nice little move there, cutting to the left, and then finding that top corner, again, where mama hides the cookies, again, as they say. So an amazing job there by Calhoun, and they frankly have just owned the Pirates so far.
Yeah, it's starting to get pretty bad. It could be like the score of what happened to Calhoun last game, except flipped. They could probably win 16-3, but I could really see it being like a 20-goal game.
Yeah, this Pirates team, if there's not something that's showing them they got to hit the emergency button and start really playing, I don't know what will kind of wake them up. 7-1 is not something that's pretty, especially in the second quarter. And if they don't start to play better, this could be a very long game for the Pirates.
If 7-1 doesn't wake you up, I don't know what does.
So here, Calhoun's going to pick the ball up. He's making a run up. This Pirates team has had just about nothing going offensively in the second quarter so far.
Yeah, Calhoun's just faster. They just look a lot more crisp in their move and their passing ability. It just looks a lot better. But Mepham, as they would say, is getting torched right now.
So Calhoun, again, taking their time, coming in now, is Harley Finkelstein.
I hate being negative, but I don't think Mepham has had the ball in the second quarter.
I was going to say that too. Yeah, I mean they really have just been nothing. The defenders have been absolutely exhausted out there, maximizing their minutes basically. And as a defender, I don't think you want to say that.
Yeah, I mean, what Mepham has to try to do is try to be more physical, try to play them the way they don't want to play, as we see.
Yeah, so
number one on the screen, or
Vianney, yeah, I mean he's done an amazing job there so far. Him having a goal already in this game, and he's committed to Townsend again. So one of those guys that are really talented, committed to playing college, and he's definitely going to look to just grow as best of a player as he can.
Oh, and another goal from Calhoun.
Yeah, I mean I feel like I can't get a full sentence out without Calhoun scoring at this point.
Yeah, I think that was from the 40-yard line. That shot, or at least the 35, 32.
Definitely.
I think that was a long shot. And these Mepham players, I mean, I hate to say it, they should be ashamed of what the score is. I'm not holding back. They are getting destroyed, and
Yeah, I mean, definitely haven't played well. I think everything that you're saying, Mazeika is probably saying the same thing. A lot of frustration by these Pirates players, and they got the pace here, really, if they want to try to mount anything. And even if they don't play for pride at this point, I mean, so not even close to over, still playing with, a little over 8 minutes to go in quarter. So we still have another half and quarter to play. Pirates team's got to do something there. That's a high stick there. Looked like the stick went under the mask. So it's going to be Pirates ball. Making some substitutions as both teams. Both teams making their changes, getting set up. As, again, I mean, Smashburger, can't talk about it enough. I'm still starving. I'm still hungry. I want food. I can't wait. As soon as I leave here, we finish packing up, I'm going to be there getting a burger, shake. I don't know about you.
Yeah, no,
I like some peanut butter shake.
I cannot wait to actually go eat there. I'm actually starving.
So, I can't wait for halftime either. I mean, it's going to be hard not eating anything at halftime, but if it means going to Smashburger and supporting BMB, I'll be the first guy there. So Calhoun now with the ball. Vianney making a nice move, outruns two Mepham Pirates players.
That man has some wheels. I think who's that, Vianney?
That is Vianney.
Yeah. He's quick.
Yeah, I mean, that's what happens again when you're a guy committed to Townsend. I think you need some speed and a guy that also has an amazing shot. So he's been a guy that's been a huge impact this season. And also, I mean, he's coming off a great game against Farmingdale, having a 2-goal and 1-assist game. So 3 points registered for him. And I think he's showing off why as I say it, that's another goal now for Vianney. He's been a guy, as they'll crown him. I mean, he has just been unstoppable. He's been absolutely amazing, and this is really at this point just showing off for his highlight tape, if he wants to make a cool montage or something.
Yeah, I mean, it looks like he's, I mean, I hate to say it, it looks like he's out there with a bunch of children. He's just taking the ball, running past everybody, and shooting it. And the goalie can't do anything about it.
Yeah, I mean, even though he's already committed, again, that's a good play there already just to show in some sort of highlight tape if you want to, get college's notice. And, a guy that is so talented, so fast with an amazing shot. The Pirates have had no answer for him in this Calhoun Colts offense.
And another face-off win for Calhoun. But it's also a big thing with the records can be deceiving, as we said at the start. I mean, obviously Calhoun has so much talent, and they're 1-4. So imagine the team that is beating up on them 16-3. Imagine how good that team is.
Yeah, I mean,
as Chris Garaccio gets cornered.
So, records very deceiving right now is Calhoun, who has not won a in-league game, but has also played amazing teams, and they're really right now just pouring it on the Pirates, and the Pirates have had no answer, as Coach Mazeika is going to talk it over with his team, trying to figure out some sort of answer to get this team back in it.
Yeah, what do you even say to your players, Tyler, when
I mean, I'm no expert, but I would. It's got to be something along the lines of just wake up, play. We got to just play fast at this point. No matter what happens, just go out there, have fun, and just play for pride. Play with a little bit more intensity, play with a little bit more speed, because it's just one at a time, frankly. In this game, as much as the score is not not in the favor of the Pirates, you're still in the second quarter. So, you don't want to sit here and just let them keep playing and pouring goals on you. You got to find some sort of answer and figure out something.
Yeah, you gotta find some sort of resolution. I mean, if they could stop them at 9 goals. They could maybe have somewhat of a chance, because, I mean, there's another 2 quarters left to play.
Yeah, so this Pirates team not coming out with a good start, but that's kind of been a trend for them this season. Again, against Jericho, not scoring a single goal in the first half and then able to pour 8 on in the second half. So this team is not a team that comes off with some strong starts, but they got to be able to just shut down Calhoun. Even if they don't score many goals, whether it's 1 goal, whatever it is, you got to shut down Calhoun to be able to go in that second halftime, make some adjustments, some changes, and then be able to just kind of spark up again in the second half and play with intensity.
Yeah, I mean, this is about as weak as a start as you could possibly get if you're Mepham. I mean, it's pretty bad. You just got to try to give it to your playmakers, I mean, and just have them go at it.
So Kevin Perry now with the ball. Takes a quick whack there, but he's going to send a nice pass up. Pirates now with some offense finally. Owen Heller's going to shoot, and he's going to score. It's going to be a flag, but again, an amazing shot there by Heller, using that strength that he has, getting past the defender, and then being able to get that shot and wire it in. First goal there for Heller.
Yeah, 9-2. I mean, Heller making up for that mistake when it was 3-1. I mean, they could get back into the game. I believe they'll be men up now, if that was a slash.
Yeah, look, there was definitely something close to that area of the hands. I mean,
yeah, the Pirates are going to be man up now. So, I mean, this is a good opportunity for them.
Yeah, I mean, it's just again, one at a time. And don't really look at the score right now. The score doesn't matter when it comes to how well or bad, how good or bad you're going to play. You just got to go out there, get one at a time, and slowly try to mount this comeback. And that's exactly what the Pirates need to start something like that.
Yeah, and it starts with the face-off. I mean, every good attack starts with the face-off. As we see a replay right here from the goal, Owen Heller slots it bottom left. Love to see that. And now there's I feel like the Pirates could definitely mount a little bit of a comeback, maybe score another couple goals before halftime, and then see where you're at. If it's 9-4, I mean, it's not too bad as they lose another face-off.
Yeah, I mean, 9-4 looks a lot better than 9-2, and even 9-4 doesn't look great. But right now, it's just try to bring this game as close as you can. As we're going to have a timeout, but just keep bringing it closer and closer as you can, and just Pirates got to keep kind of climbing, chipping away from that lead that the Calhoun Colts have.
I think it was a Calhoun timeout.
Yeah, probably just making sure that there's not too much, going on here for this Pirates team. They just want to shut down the momentum, and that's exactly what Colts are doing. So just making sure that Pirates aren't able to mount anything, shut it down, slow it down, and let the Colts play their own game.
Yeah, I mean, Pirates definitely need to get back into this game quickly with another couple of goals, but I believe that timeout is probably just to shore up the defense, make sure everyone knows the assignments on a man down, and just really clean it up a little bit.
Yeah, so as we've seen, an amazing job here for the Colts, as this second quarter has, again, they haven't played as well, but they've still been amazing, having a few goals and only again giving up 1 goal. So this impressive offense has really been the story for the Colts.
Yeah, I mean, you could definitely tell in the skill level from the D1 commits and the D2 commit, they've just taken over this game, and the Mepham defenders just look outmatched.
Yeah, I mean, the speed and the size of this Colts team has really been shown by Alexander Vianney, who has had himself a day. Has a few goals in this game, has an assist, and basically has done an unbelievable job. Every time that we've seen him have the ball, he's gotten past at least 2 or 3 guys, and has made a perfect pass up, and that's been a huge reason why this team is up as big as they are, the senior. So, he's got amazing stick work. That's been a huge factor for him in this game, and as we see, that speed. He's double teamed, and he gets right by it like as if it's nothing. So Vianney passes it. Now top around the 40-yard line. Calhoun in no rush. Going to slow things down. Just try to find the right guy. This Pirates team starting to put a little bit of pressure there is Heller, but this Pirates team's got to wake up. They got to start playing with a little more intensity. Is them just sitting back right now. The Calhoun Colts are just going to sit there the whole game, hold their stick with the ball, and just chill. They don't have to do anything right now.
Yeah, number 22. I don't believe I know what his name is. Oh yeah, Jaden Finkelstein. I mean, like, they're just completely fine with just standing there and waiting for the man down. Like, that's a waste of a man up for the Pirates.
Yeah, there's going to be another flag here. It's going to go against the Pirates, I believe. Looked to be some sort of whack. Couldn't tell if it was on the hands for a slash as we await the call. But, again, this Colts team can just really just hold the ball, take the time of possession away from the Pirates, and they're going to be sitting pretty. As we wait for the Colts to get situated.
And as you said earlier, I mean, I don't think it's the size, it's the speed that kills right now. I mean, the size, they're some not that big, and they're just getting right past, and it almost looks like even in physical situations, they're being out-physicaled, the Pirates. They're not outsized, but they're being out-physicaled.
Yeah, I mean, again, this mentality for the Colts have just been relentless, and they keep pouring on that offense, and that's been a huge reason why the score is the way it is right now. So top of the key, Calhoun, pass it around, is going to have a wide open man, and that's just too easy. That's basically a giveaway of a goal there, as Jaden Finkelstein is going to be able to bury that one, I believe. But an amazing job, just absolutely no one there. Just passes it right to the side of the net, and he is on an island. There's not a guy within 5 yards of him, basically, 10 yards. So they got to find a way, this Pirates team, to close these gaps up if they want to have any chance of coming back.
Yeah, there is absolutely no excuse. I mean, they were just passing it back and forth. A little game of catch between the attackers for Calhoun, and they were able to find someone wide open.
Yeah, so, I mean, again, and that possession, I would say, started probably around that sort of 7:30, 8-minute range. And you look at the time now, 5 minutes and 50 seconds left in the second quarter. They have really just held on to the ball. They haven't done anything crazy. And this Pirates team just plays way too, so they're playing way too backed up. They're not putting any pressure on them. And as soon as they start to put pressure on, Calhoun does an amazing job realizing that, makes the pass down low, and just like that, they got an 8-goal cushion.
Yeah, they're playing Calhoun's game.
So here, Vianney's going to shoot. It's going to be a good save. Haven't seen many of those so far today. As now the Pirates are going to have it. It's going to go the other way. Pirates starting to play with a little bit of speed. But the ball is going to be out on Mepham. It's going to be Calhoun ball. So as soon as the Pirates start to play with a little bit of speed, a little bit of momentum, they just lose it basically by this amazing job that this Calhoun team has done checking. So some substitutions here for the Colts as we await the call. I believe it's going to be Mepham ball, maybe? Wait, some substitutions going. So this Pirates team has got to do a lot of things basically different right now. They're trying to just survive at this point. Get to the end of this quarter and try to make some changes here with some speed now.
I mean, this is one way to do it. Just give it to Dylan Dunn. Just let him run around a little bit. Maybe tire out those Calhoun defenders.
Yeah, I mean, Dunn with amazing speed. He's a guy that, out of everyone on this Pirates team, he's one of those guys that can maybe challenge Vianney when it comes to the speed, as he loses the ball there. So he's one of those guys you got to get going a little bit to try to tire out this Calhoun team. But when he's the guy that's going to be losing the ball, getting double teamed, it's not going to help you. Nice spin move there, and Calhoun's going to score. So a nice spin move there, cutting, and then finding that, just amazing shot under the stick. Is now this game is 11-2. So at this point, Calhoun's not even really celebrating too much. As this has been just a regular thing. So Calhoun having a very impressive second quarter as Pirates really haven't had anything. Pirates averaging a whopping 1 goal per quarter now, as they haven't been able to land some of their passes, having a few empty netters that they've missed, and all of a sudden this game is starting to get a little out of hand. So Pirates got to make a lot of changes going into halftime.
Oh, there we go. There's a face-off win. That's a good start. Oh, ouch.
So Kehoe gets pushed over, lands on that guard of his on the elbow. As the whistle blows. Kehoe, a guy that was so dominant in that face-off circle against Kennedy, just hasn't been able to do too much today. And then, again, he's been a great job there as he fell. Speaking of falling,
he just got smashed, just like Smashburger.
I mean, hey, we can't. I can do this all day. I could do this all day, still get hungry. So make sure to go between the times of 11 a.m., which is, believe it or not, already passed. So, you can go right now. Make sure if you want, you can go, pause this game, go to Smashburger, get some food, come back with a snack maybe, and then unpause this game and listen to us again. That's what I would recommend. But if you really want, dedicate yourself, make it past the game, go to Smashburger, and make sure to talk, just say to the guy at the register, be like, yo, supporting BMB, this is what I'm doing. I want this I want this nice burger with a nice peanut butter shake in hand, and you'll just be chilling.
Dylan Dunn, small guy, but he packs a big punch as he just taught that Calhoun defender that, hey, don't mess with me, man.
Yeah,
I will still throw you to the ground.
Yeah, that maybe will be a small spark for something here. Is now Vianney showing that elite speed that he has. That's been a huge story in this game. Vianney looking for someone to pass to. He's going to find a pass now on the 20-yard line. Pirates starting to press just a little bit more. Physical defense there. Calhoun, nice fake pass, sending it.
Yeah, that fake pass had me looking. I'm like, where did he just put the ball? Did he just score?
We'll be honest, I did the same. I kind of looked over to the man and then realized he still had it. So this Calhoun team just taking their time, wasting as much clock as they can, and the Pirates might just let him do that, try to get into the halftime and make some changes.
Calhoun's just trying to get out of here at this point. I mean,
so Vianney there with a shot.
Horacio goes down.
Yeah, so never like to see a player down, as that's the second player. I don't believe we've seen Hunter Camp enter this game again. Yeah,
No.
He still has his helmet off on the sidelines. You never like to see a player hurt. So
yeah, he got whacked pretty hard. He got rattled.
So good to see him get up and walk off on his own 2 feet, as there was a little, tap on the helmet there. So
yeah, no, that's Nolan Oronsky, number 8.
yeah, never like to see anyone get hurt. So it's good to see Oronsky walk off on his own 2 feet. And a little bit of love between the two teams there with the nice helmet pat, nothing personal.
Yeah, after Nick Honorkamp left the game, I believe it was only 1-0. Things started to get out of hand. I mean, Nick Honorkamp's a huge piece for this team. Great midi, and has that ability to score. But after I'd say about it was 5-1. I just say to the player that means all difference in your season, really. I just say take a seat. Ooh.
So here now Calhoun's going to have the ball.
Yard sale.
I can get used to you cheering that. Yard sale. It's nice. It's a very interesting term, but I like the creative terms by you.
Yup.
Put a little flair in the commentating. I like it. It's now Colts.
I mean, we need something. I mean, we're not getting anything mixed up as a save, I believe.
Yeah, so, I mean, this Pirates team just really has done just about nothing really right. As Jonathan Lewis, again, another guy, one of those seniors that has done an amazing job making an impact in this game, and him having a goal and 2 assists and then 6 face-off wins. I mean, we saw Kehoe for Mepham, the face-off guy, had an amazing game against Calhoun.
That hits the bar.
Against Kennedy, but not being able to do anything here is, I mean, that shot was very, very, very close to going in.
Look how close the Calhoun attackers can get without a Mepham defender being on them. they're within, what, 20 feet of the goal, 30 feet of the goal, 10 yards.
Yeah.
I mean, they're just able, they're having their way. I mean, the Pirates can't do anything.
Yeah, I mean, you said it yourself. That's been a huge difference for both sides defensively. Is this Calhoun team, when they have played defense, I mean, these defenders basically haven't had to do really anything all game, and they've played a lot more aggressive. This Pirates team is playing back, and the Calhoun Colts, attackers have gotten really close and personal.
Yeah, they're just shutting them down. They have no answer, the Pirates. I mean, 11-2. It got out of hand pretty quickly.
So 2 minutes away from halftime and 2 minutes away from the Pirates finally getting out of this just dreadful first half that they've had.
Oh, no, they're not getting out of it, Tyler. I mean, there's a whole nother half. The Calhoun Colts will probably score another 11 goals if they keep their starters in for that long.
Yeah, I mean, this Pirates team has just got to somehow live to get to halftime and hope that they can make some changes in order to change some things.
Like the ball's on the ground, the Pirates aren't even pressuring. They're like, oh, you could do that. That's fine. We don't need the ball.
So that pass being above Bieni's head, as now the Pirates will finally have another crack at the attacking side.
Let's see if they can get the ball out of their own half this time.
So minute 44 and counting. As now Perry is going to pass it to the other side. Pirates starting to play with some speed. Good pass there by Savali. As now that's intercepted. Peter's going to go the other way. Calhoun benches light, and they score. So an amazing play there for this Calhoun team is a turnover, and just like that, he's able to bury one.
Yeah, I mean, the Calhoun bench got all excited because a player tripped. I mean, that's pretty petty. You got to show some sportsmanship. The guy tripped.
So just like that now, we have a 10-goal deficit here that the Pirates have to overcome. Get ready to go into halftime. It's an amazing play there for Calhoun, just finding a way, a little small swim move in a sense, and then was able to just get right in front of the net and score. So we wait for a resume of play. The refs are talking over something here. So they're going to have that goal not counting. We still wait for the official call by the refs.
Yeah, it counted, I think.
I mean, they're talking about it, so, we haven't seen anything change as of yet.
They're talking about that was interference on the goalie because they were inside the box.
So they are going to have a call, and it looks like that goal won't count. So a goal being taken away there for Calhoun as if they haven't had enough. And now the Pirates, with a minute 30, are going to have to try to spark something.
They just need a momentum swinger. I mean, they need to swing this momentum in their favor. They need to have some crazy hit or something like that, or
just something to really spark up anything for this Pirates team, give them a little bit of hope coming into the second half. As now Calhoun, shot's going to be saved by Lemus.
That pass to nobody. I mean, that pass, I think he knows what color the jerseys are.
So here now the Calhoun Colts are going to have that shot. It's going to be wide.
Ow! Oh, that looked like that hurt.
Yeah, definitely. I don't know about you. I don't want to be on the receiving end of that. That was definitely a physical play there. So again, this Calhoun team has kind of had their way, but A.J. Molnari, being on the receiving end of that big hit.
It wasn't even a hit. Just the ball bounced off the ground and hit his calf. I mean, that definitely hurts.
That's going to leave a mark. I don't know about you. I'm pretty sure that's going to leave some sort of mark there.
Yeah, definitely.
Whether it's a black and blue, a little outline. Either way, I don't want that. I don't want that being anywhere near me. I don't want to get hit in the calf. So,
is this just me, or it's turned from pretty warm outside, 7 degrees, to sweatshirt weather? What happened?
Yeah, I mean, that's kind of what happened. This game it's not a late game either, really. I mean, this game ends at around
6:40.
Yeah, really
6:30?
between 6:30 around there. So, sun's starting to go down, starting to get a little bit chillier. Wind's starting to play a little bit of a factor, but still definitely nice weather.
Yeah, I mean, you probably can't feel it if you're down running around on the field.
especially when you're winning 11-2. I mean, I'm sure the defenders for the Colts can feel
Oh,
it.
yeah, they're probably freezing. And same with the attackers from Mepham. They're probably really cold.
Haven't really had too much action there as the Colts, and that's just a mental error. I mean, that's not a great play there for the Mepham defense.
Unacceptable.
Looks like there was a chance for that ball to be picked up before it got to the other side, but a nice one-timer there for Calhoun, and
Let's
now
watch the replay here.
scores 12-2.
Misses the ground ball, and easy as you like.
Yeah, Savali there had a chance at it. Didn't get his stick out far enough, and just right there to the Calhoun attacker. And this game so far has not been pretty here, as we have 31 seconds left to go. So face-off's going to be taken. Believe here that it's going to be a physical play.
There's a flag. Comes flying.
As there, I believe they switched up their face-off guy there from Kehoe, who's been taking majority of the face-offs today. Now,
It's been Garaccio for a while now, though.
I mean, either way, though, this Pirates team has not won many face-offs, so
They haven't done many of anything this game, except get scored on. They've done a lot of that.
the Pirates starting to play a little bit more high with their stick, as that's going to be the end of the second quarter. So going into halftime, this Calhoun Colts team leads 11-2. Definitely not a great thing there at all. As now we're going to send it to Hannah. We're going to send it now to Hannah Broxmeyer with your halftime interview.
As we see the replay here, flag flying. Are they going to go into halftime with the man down, maybe, or? But, I mean, it's just absolute domination by Calhoun today. Up 11-2, and it's only halftime. We got another 24 minutes left to play.
So, again, this Calhoun team has done an amazing job of just executing offensively, and this Mepham Pirates team is going to have a lot to talk over during halftime. So, as we see here, both teams talking over. Is now we're going to send it down to Hannah Broxmeyer with your halftime interview. Hannah, take it away.
Talk about my conversation with Tyler.
Coach.
I love the shades. What's Lord?
Muted. So thank you, Hannah, for the halftime interview. Is really this Calhoun Colts team. It's been an amazing game plan, amazing coaching, and frankly, this Calhoun team has had their way.
Yeah, and all they've been doing on defense is just pressing, and Mepham's just letting them pass it around. Like, every single time the offense for Mepham has the ball, they're just being put into a corner. Now it is time to go up to the studio for our halftime show. Take it away, Mano.
Be ready, Finn. Thanks, guys. What a great game for Calhoun. We've said it before. We'll say it again. Let's talk about it, Finn. Calhoun has been dominating on all facets, on offense, on defense. This game's essentially got out of hand.
Well, it has, and, just by the scoreline, somebody can, really say, yeah, this game is Calhoun's game, 12-2.
It's their
at
to lose.
halftime, and, man, wow, what a half from some key Calhoun players. But, man, again, Calhoun have been dominating everywhere, all over the field.
They have.
And really for Mepham, there's a few guys who've been pretty good, Migliaccio and Owen Heller.
Heller, yes. But speaking of guys who have been taking it up a notch, let's talk about as a early candidate for BMB Player of the Game, Alexander Vianney for Calhoun. Vianney has been flying up and down the field. Now, Calhoun's got a guy, Luke Gallo, hasn't seen the field today. He's been he ran track, came 7th in the division last year, very fast. We thought he was going to be the guy who's going to be blazing speed Alexander Vianney just showed him up.
Thanks,
Yeah,
guys.
I mean, Vianney's been amazing today.
At least in
passing,
speed. At least in speed.
taking shots. Yeah.
Yeah, he's been all over the field, creating space, taking shots. Alexander Vianney has been unreal. He's the leading goal scorer of this game. As we take a look at this play early on in the game, see Vianney creating space and then an aggressive push, the fake. Here's the face-off win, the transition offense. Vianney going low to score that one. Alexander Vianney has been scoring from all of the angles. Another one from Vianney. Takes this one around. He took this one coast to coast and just flicked it, and he is hype as Calhoun is dominating a division rival and a district rival.
Yeah, and as you said, Vianney gets his hat trick.
Hat trick and then some.
It was Calhoun's 12th goal just before halftime that he got his hat trick, and man, he's had a really good half. But realistically, Calhoun have been amazing. Every single player on this team has really gave an attribute to Calhoun's offense and defense, and it's been really solid. And again, we thought Mepham was going to be amazing at the face-off. We were pretty much wrong.
Yeah, we were dead wrong. Calhoun has won almost every single face-off, and Braden Kehoe has gotten his welcome to the big leagues after a fantastic first 4 games. This is your welcome to varsity moment. He is currently won only 2 or 3 face-off out of a possible at least 13 or so.
Yeah, and we also talk about Nick Honorkamp, who was on the bench for a little time. I think he got injured during the first quarter, and that's a big loss for Mepham.
Yeah, the leadership that Honorkamp brings. We also have been calling Kevin Perry's name a lot, which is something huge. He has not necessarily been getting involved as often as he could have been. It's a lot of Owen Heller, it's a lot of Anthony Migliaccio, and a lot of Mepham just trying to use their athletes to overpower Calhoun, and against a district rival, where against a district rival, you can't do that. You can't rely on athletes because it's same district, same kind of kid. They're probably going to match you up in athleticism. And speaking of, Hannah Broxmeyer seems has caught up with, I believe, Coach Familia. We're going to send it down to Hannah Broxmeyer now.
Thanks, guys. Right now I'm here with Coach Mazeika, the coach of the Mepham Lacrosse team. So how are you doing today?
Been a little better. It was not our best first half, but I'm hoping that we can get out the next 4 or 5 minutes and kind of stabilize a little bit and do some of the little things a little bit better and kind of hopefully creep back into this thing a little bit.
So what was the strategy that worked for you in the first half?
I think we were able to have possess the ball a little bit. I think we had some opportunities. We just didn't really connect dots and complete passes, which I think is important. Especially this is a good team, and they've got a lot of dangerous shooters on offense, and I think we just gave them the ball a little bit too much on their on the offensive side of the field.
Yeah. So what was your message to the team in the locker room?
We got to kind of start out 0-0. We can't worry about the score right now. For us to get back in this, we just have to kind of clean up some of our mistakes and just play a little bit harder and have a little bit better effort than they do for the next two quarters. Excuse me.
Absolutely. Good luck to you in the second half of the game. Now back to you guys in the booth.
Thanks.
So thank you to the guys in the booth and Hannah, as always, getting those nice halftime interviews.
Thank you. I almost
we're getting ready here for this second half to start. We have 0 seconds now remaining on that clock, so we're getting ready here for a second half that, frankly, the Pirates need to do a lot better of. This first half was all Calhoun. The Pirates just kind of want to forget about it, throw it out, and just never have to even talk about that. That was just terrible, both offensively and defensively, really. Offensively, they struggled, weren't executing on their chances to score, and then defensively not doing a good enough job pinching.
Yeah, they want to start like it's 0-0 again. They want to see if they can go 1-0 in the second half, 2-0, and then somehow, if they maybe get to 12-0 or 11-0 in the second half, then there you go. But I don't think it's going to get to that point, to be fair.
Yeah, so, this Calhoun Colts team are going to, make some changes. They still have their starters in. They're very talented guys like Vianney and Tommen. So, this Colts team has done a great job here. His morning announcements, an amazing show. Connor, just tell us a little bit about morning announcements.
Yeah, the morning announcements every Friday. Definitely a great show.
It's one of those shows.
Oh, if it's Friday, it's the BMB morning announcements. Start your Friday morning with our critically acclaimed news show. Being that it was a shortened week, we finally allowed our producer Emily Yuck to do an Easter-themed eggs episode. Join Sean McQuillan, Haley Hemsworth, Sid El-Sedi, Cumulonimbus Charles, and Matt Mano in a very exciting announcements.
So Calhoun scores there to go up 13-2, but
Oh, they scored?
yeah, they scored.
Oh my God!
So but definitely, an amazing job there. Just really making sure, really emphasizing the word egg as we take a look at this replay, and that was just an excellent shot there. Come on, that was funny.
Yeah, it was funny. Okay.
Yeah, I was a little I expected a little bit louder of a laugh. Is the face-off is going to be won by Calhoun.
Did Priola just win a face-off?
Maybe, actually.
The defender, the long pole.
Calhoun had a chance to win that face-off, but kind of a loose ball. Missed it. Is now Vianney's going to bring the ball up. So, ball's going to go wide. Is now making some substitutions here. Is Calhoun.
Oh my gosh, see you later.
A nice move in front of the net, and he's going to end up losing it, but seeing all daylight there, Calhoun was able to get in front of the net. So now Mepham finally has this ball again here. Fitzgerald makes a pass up.
No one even near him if he catches that.
So Migliaccio now with the ball.
This is what can happen for Mepham. They can't let Calhoun get set up.
So Migliaccio playing a physical play in front of the net. He's going to lose it. Didn't get the shot off, and then it's going to be a physical play. Ball's going to end up going wide as the whistles blow.
Yeah, Calhoun gets it because someone threw the goalie to the ground, and you can't really do that. So, by can't really, you can never do that.
Hey, you can't complain about a little bit of physicality.
Yeah, but just not to the goalie. He's the one defending the net. You can't toss that man on the ground. He's pretty important.
Yeah, just about any sport. When you see something happen to the goalie, the whole team normally kind of rallies around him, and the goalie's one of those guys that are kind of the heart of the team, so you need the goalie playing well if you have any shot at winning a game. There's now the Colts bringing it up. Taking their time. Colts here. Vianney walking up past the 50-yard line.
How did they get beat 16-3 by Farmingdale?
Farmingdale,
13-3.
as we talked about, Farmingdale is an amazing team. They got an amazing program over there, being the #1 team in their conference. So, if the Colts are doing a great job against this Pirates team, who, the Pirates definitely have a lot of talent, but this game has not been able to. I can't imagine what Farmingdale is like. So Jake Lewis, one of those guys, again, the junior, has done an amazing job this game. There are 4 shots and 4 goals. So just a little bit added on with the hat trick that he had. Want to impress a little more, get that 4-piece, and really the Pirates have had no answer for him. So Vianney is going to cut to the left.
Oh, that dude is so quick.
Yeah, Vianney, again, with amazing speed, and he has just showcased that consistently here. So Vianney making a pass across. Behind the net, not being able to get it. Took an awkward little fall there. Is number 6, A.J. Molnari.
It's going to be Mepham's ball.
So the Pirates here just looking to find just about anything, really, to start getting going. And his goaltender is going to make a pass. So Mepham now trying to find that deep pass to Heller, but they're not going to be able to connect. So a very aggressive play there for the Pirates. Is frankly, they just need about anything to start to get going, but not going to be able to land that pass.
Before you start throwing the Hail Marys, let's try to put a couple passes together if you're a Mepham player.
So if we haven't talked about Smashburger enough, we actually have another thing going on. April 26th, 4 p.m. to 8 p.m., Panera Bread. You got to come support BMB, and the main thing, when you're there, you got to mention BMB. You mention BMB, you get our name out there, and you help just kind of spread awareness to the fact that, this is an amazing program. We put a lot of work into the things that we produce, and just make sure to show up, get some nice food there at Panera Bread, and really just have a good time.
Where does Calhoun find these kids that are just so quick? Like, I didn't play with any of these kids in middle school. Like, why weren't they fast then? What is this?
I mean, I can't speak on kind of why fast, how why they're so fast. That's now another goal there for Jonathan Lewis. Make that 5. So him having a bad game against Farmingdale, only having 1 assist, now has 5 goals, and he's going to look for the double hat trick.
Yeah. Mepham just has to do a better job on all cylinders. I mean, they're trying to throw Hail Marys where they could barely complete a 5-yard pass. I mean, it's rough.
So Pirates really just not playing with any energy. Their heads are down, not playing with much intensity at all, and we got to see some more speed here as we take a look at this replay. Just an amazing fast snapshot there by Lewis. I mean, he's got a very fast stick, and he's a guy that not only can win faceoffs consistently, he can also just wire that shot that he has. So 5 goals on the day for him.
Yeah, I couldn't imagine being on, losing to your crosstown rival, 14-2. I thought rival games were supposed to be a little bit closer than this.
At least they were able to, they got the win against Kennedy, so at least they don't lose both crosstown rival games.
Yeah, I mean, that was a great game. You can go back and watch that on the BMB YouTube channel. That was, as there is another goal for Calhoun.
So 15-2. The Pirates are just trying to find really anything that they can to be able to just play for pride at this point. I mean, this game definitely is not over, but Pirates have just had absolutely no answers. Take a look at the replay. Good way just getting around the defenders, and there was really just no effort. I mean, Chiarello we had a one-on-one with him, made a good play, and just like that, 15-2. Calhoun.
Yeah, they've just thrown all their face-off guys, Mepham out the window. Priola's not taking face-offs. He's done a pretty good job so far. I mean, I think he's won 2 face-offs.
So we just take a look at the face-off.
Can't win that one, though.
Calhoun's going to have possession now. Bringing it up now is Tommen. Calhoun making some substitutions as Tommen is going to come out. The D1 commit to North Carolina. Is now Calhoun trying to find a way in the zone. Cutting to the right, spinning back to the left. A nice move there, and he's going to score. So an amazing play there for Calhoun. And just like that, we have a 16-2 game. So this game is really starting to get out of hand. And frankly, this Pirates team has got to find something and just change it, because nothing's worked for this Pirates team.
Yeah, nothing at all.
So we have hit the 16 goal mark. It's the same amount of goals that Farmingdale put up against Calhoun. So a very interesting, as we're going to have, I believe, a goalie change possibly for Calhoun. Yeah, so we're going to have a goalie change, going to let both attendees play a little bit.
I mean, the goalie won't have much work anyway, so.
So coming in is Mark Restivo, the 10th grader. He has excellent hand-eye speed. So hand-eye coordination is one of the main things that you need to play lacrosse. And, he's one of those guys that are going to be the future of this team. So now the Colts bringing the ball up. Making a nice play here. Colts shot's going to be wide. Shot taken there by number 22, Jaden Finkelstein. As now we take a look at Midweek Update. Every Wednesday, be on the lookout for a new Midweek Update. You can see our rotation of hosts talking about just about everything happening around the Mepham community, and a look back at all things Mepham, along with your Midweek in Mepham sports, as well as an all-new Morgan being Morgan. Make sure to tune in every Wednesday and get that on your BMB YouTube channel.
Midweek Update is not mid, I promise.
Yeah, I mean, it's definitely an amazing show that we have. One of the more underrated shows that doesn't get the recognition that it deserves. So, definitely make sure to tune in and watch that show. As now we wait for Calhoun to really make any move, the whistles blow, and we will have a resume and play. Now to the top of the key. Garvey makes a nice pass. And now down low, and another goal here for Calhoun. Goal scored by number 6, A.J. Molnarian, I believe. For him now, that might be a hat trick. So he's been a guy that has done an amazing job, and now the score being 17-2 in Calhoun's favor.
What the heck is even going on, Tyler? What is going on?
Yeah, this Pirates team has not showed up to play today, and frankly, their heads are down. They have no energy. They're not playing with any intensity, and the scoreboard just reflects that here as we take a look at that replay. So got to see a little bit, just some sort of pride that the Pirates have to put in for the rest of this game.
Yeah, if anything, play for pride at this point. Try to get another couple goals back. You know, but they can't even get out of their own half. Every single time Calhoun has it, they score. They take 2 minutes off the clock and they score.
So now
Mepham gets this. Mepham gets the ball.
So Mepham, for the first time in a while, is going to pass the 50-yard line. Heller is going to pass it down low to Williams. And that shot's going to be wide. Migliaccio not being able to find the net there, and that's exactly what we've been talking about. One of those plays that you just got to be able to score on for the Pirates, and that's kind of been a trend. As soon as they've had opportunities, have not been able to capitalize. So Calhoun now with the ball.
Oh, my God.
Just put him in a blender basically there. Matthew Bocci, an amazing job getting past the defender. As this game
Migliaccio's cleats are still on the 35-yard line. Juked him out of his shoes.
Yeah, just an amazing play there as we see Owen Heller, the freshman, a guy that's just been done an amazing job as we take a look at him. I mean, he's one of those guys, a ninth grader. He's getting started. Really has just done an amazing job for this Pirates team, him having 1 goal today. So he's a guy that, even though this Pirates team hasn't played well, if you had to pick one of those guys on this team that has done a good job, it's been Owen Heller. I mean, he's a guy against Kennedy, had a 2-goal game, and then against Jericho, even though they lost, him having a goal and an assist. So he's one of those guys that are going to be the future of this team, and we very much may be saying his name in the next level when he graduates high school.
Yeah, Owen Heller is a fantastic player. All the potential's there.
So now, Pirates trying to find something. Perry is going to send that pass way downfield. That's going to be picked up by the goalkeeper. Now the whistles are going to blow as we wait a call here for the refs.
Mepham's ball, looks like.
So here, substitution for Calhoun.
Yeah, Perry's just gunslinging it down there. He figures that's probably his best chance to get the ball past the 50-yard line.
So Heller now with the ball. Trying to find anything here. He's going to pass it across. Pirates now starting to get something going here. Williams makes a nice spin move. He's going to start to make his way towards the net. Pass was intended there, it looked like, to be for Heller. He wasn't able to get it. Now Calhoun is going to pick up the ball. So Calhoun now with possession. He's going to send it up now. Postillo running with it now. Michael Postillo. That pass is going to go the other way now. So Mepham's going to have the ball here. Savali. As the refs are going to call for the end of the third quarter. So your score here in the third quarter, 17 Calhoun, 2 Mepham Pirates, is the Pirates are just trying to find just about anything that they can get going. They really just need it. Not only just to try to win this game, to sort of build something up here.
Yeah, if I'm a Calhoun backup, I'm getting pretty excited. I get a whole quarter to play.
Yeah, so, I mean, this is just an amazing job here as the Colts. So as much as we want to talk about this, let's get a little sneak peek here for the post-game show. Guys, in the studio, take it away.
Thanks, guys. It's been real for these Calhoun Colts. They are looking like as legit as ever in this third quarter.
Yeah, I mean, look, it's I feel like I'm watching a goal every minute for them, and
Basically.
Mepham is so out of the game now, and it's just clear in sight where this game is heading, and it's looking
Never
like
say
a
never,
Colts
Finn.
victory.
Never say never.
Well, yeah,
Well,
but 15 goals.
Yeah,
would
15-goal
be-
deficit in 12 minutes would be legitimately a goal every minute and then some.
Yeah.
But for these Mepham Pirates, this is about as a demoralizing of what we believe to be as a demoralizing defeat as we can. Is obviously anything's possible, but as things are trending, it's looking to be a huge loss to a district rival, a league game, just not at all something. You cannot have this momentum carry on to the rest of your season, as this is the kind of stuff that we'll be talking on the BMB post-game show right after this game. But now we still got one more quarter to play. We got 12 more minutes of lacrosse. We're going to send it right back down to Tyler and Connor for the fourth quarter. But not before we take a look at this replay. Don't worry. We'll have more of this on the BMB post-game show. But now we'll get back to Tyler and Connor.
So thank you, Mano and Finn, as we get ready here for this fourth quarter. And, you know, this Colts team has just done everything in their power to just really pour the goals on against this Pirates team. And the Pirates now are going to look to just try to score, play for pride, and maybe try out some new things, maybe some new positions for some players, some new plays, and just kind of figure out what works and what doesn't.
Yeah, I see all the starters in, though, for Mepham still, so.
Got to play to, till the end, and that's what I really respect about Coach Mazeika and this Pirates team is, as much as this game is not going their way, they don't have any quit whatsoever. They're going to play to the end and just make sure that no matter how bad they lose by, they're going to say that they at least played to the end, they tried their hardest, and learn from the mistakes that they made this game. So now Calhoun's going to have the ball behind the net. He's going to send it now to the corner. Calhoun taking their time now behind the net. Trying to find a cutter. Nothing there now. Meliscato's going to pass it to the other side now. Calhoun, Higgins. Higgins going to shoot. Good save there. As now Savali's going to try to bring the ball up the other way. Pirates starting to play with speed. As Williams tried laying the body. Got a little push going. As the Pirates are going to have the ball. So not being able to find Migliaccio in front of the net. Calhoun's going to pick it up as a nice hit there. Something to look forward to is Nolan Oronsky lays the shoulder down and puts a little hit on the Calhoun defender. So now Mepham and Calhoun are getting set up on their respective sides. So Mepham now has to shut down this Calhoun Colts offense here. As Higgins taking his time, waiting for substitutions to be made. Now he's going to find number 20, Connor Faglin. Now Connor is going to shoot. It's going to be a good save there. And now Savali making a small little push as we wait to see whose ball it will be. It looks like it's going to be Calhoun's ball. So Calhoun now. Calhoun is going to turn it over here possibly, but it's going to be out of bounds. And I believe it's going to go Calhoun's way. Losing the ball there is number 2, Carter Chiarello. As the refs are trying to figure out something. Waiting for the call here, as it's going to be Calhoun ball. So Calhoun now passes the 30-yard line. So he's going to shoot. It's going to be wide of the net. Calhoun's still going to have it, though. Higgins going to pass it to the top now. He's going to send it Back to the other side. It's going to be a jumping shot there, but not going to be able to hit it there, I believe, is number 29, Tyler Smith.
Shot after shot after shot for Calhoun.
So this Calhoun team has done an amazing job with this offensive pressure that they've had, and really nothing is going this Pirates' way. Another shot there. It's going to be scored. So Tyler Smith wasn't able to bury the one earlier. Finally, he's able to capitalize on their opportunity. That is the goal. They scored.
Got the Calhoun sideline going crazy. It must mean a lot to them.
So them supporting Tyler Smith and his goal, and now 18-2. Let's take a look at the replay. Just a nice pass behind the net as Max Meliscato finds Tyler Smith right in front of the net, and he's able to score. So 7:42 remaining in this game as the refs are talking about something. As it looks like they'll be clear and getting ready to drop the ball. Face off at center field. It's going to be won there by Calhoun. So Calhoun now with the ball. There's some physical play there, but Ryan's going to be able to hang on to the ball. He's going to pass it to number 12, Joshua Bailey. Little miscue there from Luke Allo, but able to pick that ball up. As now the refs are going to call it Mepham ball. So number 5, Dylan Dunn's going to have the ball, showing off his speed. As a nice collision there. Dunn's going to be able to recover the ball, though. Dylan Dunn. Stick looked a little high. He's going to get taken down here. As we're going to have a call, it's going to go against Calhoun. There's multiple guys there. Dylan Dunn first taking a hit.
Yeah, the checks are just flying in.
Yeah, so here is, I believe, this Pirates team is going to have a chance to have a good opportunity here. Is Kevin Perry, one of these star defensemen on this Pirates team, who is a junior. I mean, he's done a solid job this game, despite this Mepham team not really having much going in their way. He's had a few opportunities with the ball, passing it upfield, and he's trying to just really spark anything for this Pirates team.
Yeah, he's doing the best he can with what he's working with. So.
Yeah, one of the leaders of this team, especially on the defensive side of the game. I mean, he's a guy that knows the ins and outs for the defensive side. So
Perry's coming off the field here for Daniel Daly.
Yeah, I mean this
game.
game.
Dick Neary, sorry.
So this game, Pirates want to let some guys get some playing time. Because now the Pirates going to send it to Heller. Heller sends it down low. Back to Heller. Heller now. Going to make a pass, playing a little back and forth. As Williams finds his way to the top. Williams sends it back down low. Williams sends it across now to Fitzgerald. Fitzgerald now to Heller. Heller with the shot far away. It's going to be a good save there. Now it's going to be Calhoun ball.
I'm willing to bet the Mepham players are going to do some running on their next practice.
Yeah, I don't know what made you think that, but I'm going to actually agree with you there. I mean, this game is just not – it's been just a total nightmare for the Pirates. So a lot of things that are going to have to be taken away from this game in order to try to bounce back again, for their next game. So Calhoun, Keith Presti with the ball.
The only starting Mepham defender in right now is Priola. He's partnered with Garvin Charles and Ignieri.
So now Calhoun. Mescalo with the ball. Max spinning around.
Just going around defenders as easy as you like.
So now Calhoun's going to have a chance, and they're going to score.
Goal.
So This Calhoun team going up 19-2.
You think they're going to hit 20?
I mean, the way that they're playing, they're starting to play a little bit slower. They're making some passes, and I would say so, but I mean you never know.
Is Mepham going to score again, do you think?
I mean, they have to start playing a little more aggressive. These Pirates players are just kind of are done, really. They haven't had anything going at all in the second half as we take a look at the replay of the goal, and just a solid shot there, and really this looks like practice right now for this Colts team. So this Kehoe is going to take the face-off against Ryan Mengi, who's coming off a solid game against Farmingdale, having 1 goal. Mengi, one of those guys that's really talented. He's as much as he kind of switches off in the face-off circle with Lewis, he's a guy that is one of their elite midfielders. He does a great job at playing defense in that kind of center field. So the Pirates are going to come up with the ball. Williams going to try to make a quick pass, but they're not going to be able to recover it. Ball picked up there by Ethan Hertwing. Calhoun passes it up. Ryan Mengi cuts to the right. He's going to lose the ball. He's going to pick it up. Mengi is going to shoot it wide. So Mengi there with a nice look. Just bounces it a little too early here. Now we have BMB Sports Talk. BMB Sports Talk is a once-a-month show, but it's an amazing show. You see guys like Tom Morrow and Lily Yepes, who are your hosts, and then guys like Matt Menno, who has the so-called fastest minute in Mepham sports. I'm going to try to challenge him one day for that role. I don't think I'm going to beat him, but why not? What's the worst that can go wrong? So definitely an amazing show there. You should check it out every time it gets posted. So be sure to tune in. So we wait for the call here by the refs.
Sometimes it has to be more than a minute. There's no way he does it in 1 minute.
So, obviously the player of the game is a heated debate, as there's been a ton of guys on this team that have played amazing for the Colts. So it's going to be interesting. But as I'm hearing right now, just in, the player of the game is going to look to be Mark Stito.
Yeah, now as Mepham has the ball here, going in this final minute of play.
So here we go. Pirates now with the ball.
Now the question is, Calhoun just going to hold there or look to score?
So as I'm hearing, number 36 here for the Calhoun Colts, who had an amazing game, isn't in our press pack. Would you look at that? So a small little error by us is now, I'm hearing that there's a good chance that he's going to be playing a game, but there's just at least like 5 or 6 guys, I would say, that has done an amazing job for this Calhoun Colts team.
There could even be more. I mean, there's been a fantastic, all these players have been playing fantastic for Calhoun.
So
6, 5, 4. Oh, it's wrong.
So here, the Calhoun Colts will come on the field and celebrate as they get the win here, 19-2. They will improve to 2-4 on the year. Mepham will drop to 1-4. So an amazing job there for this Calhoun Colts team to be able to execute, as they will celebrate with their team. So an amazing job here for this Calhoun Colts, who this was a much-needed win after getting blown out. So as they will shake hands at the 50-yard line. So the Pirates, not much to look forward to, really, as they have to make a lot of changes going into their next game.
Yeah, they definitely got to improve on some things to be able to compete in the conference and maybe even have a shot at getting the playoffs. But at 1-4, that is there's a lot of season left to go, but it's a pretty steep hill they have to climb to get back into it.
Yeah, so this Pirates team takes another huge loss. As nothing but friendly altercations here as now they will both teams will shake hands. As now, if you're the Pirates coming in, what do you do really? What changes do you make coming into this next game? Is they got to be almost perfect really if they want a good chance of getting a high seed in the playoffs.
Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of changes they have to make. I mean, they need I don't know if this works or how this works, or will they be able to find a better goalie, but they need to goaltend better. They need to just defend the net and use the big physical defenders they have to their advantage instead of letting Calhoun just throw it around them and just completely killing them.
Yeah, so they got to do a better job, the Pirates really, at a lot of things. And frankly, we have to do, the Pirates have to do a better job executing here. Now we're going to send it down to Hannah Broxmeyer with your player of the game interview. Hannah?
And why?
I gotta say the one when I came down, underhand toe dragger, then shot it. That was probably the best one.
That was a great goal.
Thank you.
So what is it like playing with your brother?
It's actually really nice. I mean, it's good to be back. Senior year for him, one last time, and then he goes off.
And how is this going to help you make it to the playoffs?
Practice and just keep going. Grind.
Thank you so much. You did a great job today. Great game.
Thank you.
Now back to you guys in the booth.
Thank you. Thank you. Have a good day.
Thanks, guys.
Thank you.
Thanks, Hannah. Thanks, Jake. What a great game for the Calhoun Colts, Finn.
Yeah, unreal game. Jake Lewis getting player of the game. And, wow, Calhoun, absolute
That was domination.
great game. Yeah,
That was
domination
is what
as a definition.
is the perfect word to describe the Finn. We gotta ask you, what went wrong for the Mepham Pirates today?
Well, I don't know. I mean, defensively they didn't play great, but offense for the Calhoun Colts was amazing.
Their offense was keeping them on the field, on the Mepham side of the field the entire time, and that's about all there is to it. Mepham was dominating time and possession and dominated on the scoreboard. As we're just about ready to wrap this whole game up, but don't forget before we leave you, Smashburger fundraiser, Smashburger of Wantagh is going on right now for the next, I would say, 2 hours. We're still fundraising. You might just see some of your favorite BMB stars. I know I'll be going to Smashburger as soon as we leave air.
Yep, same here.
As soon as we're done finishing up.
Mention BMB.
Mention BMB. We got a cut of the proceeds that'll help send us to Long Beach, California. And that's it for the BMB Game of the Week. For Tyler Steinberg, Finnegan Corcoran Doolin, and Connor Ward, I'm Matt Manna. We'll see you next time on the BMB Game of the Week. What's the matter?
I had the exact clip he was talking about lined up.
Man,
and I
turn
picked
off
the
your mic.
wrong